me, Hrishi K, and everybody at 94.3 Radio 1. This has been a long time coming. Welcome back to the movies.
Well, thank you. More than that, I think it's always good fun to come and sit down and talk to you.
So how lovely that you're saying that. Well, you know, your grandmother was Sikh, God bless her soul. And you have any memories of Lori evenings, you know, with the grandmother, that side of the family?
No, not in that. I mean, my memories of my grandmother are more when I was a child, and she used to tell us wonderful stories to put us to bed. So yeah, it was more grandmother, grandson kind of moments, and none of the other traditional stuff.
No, but the fact that you have Sikh blood in you, which is, you know, I think quite providential, considering it's such a secular family.
Yeah.
So, and you're playing a Sikh.
Yeah, it's my first time, so I was excited. I really enjoyed it. I think what was really nice is everybody was wanting to be very respectful of the religion. We didn't want to do anything that would disrespect it, so that was something we took great care on. But apart from that, it was great. And what I really liked was, you know, Anurag was very conscious that he wanted to break a lot of stereotypes in this film. You know, one of the way maybe we portrayed Sikh characters in the past. So for the first time, I think, if I'm not mistaken, you'll actually see a Sikh character with a lot of gravitas and somebody who's very quiet as opposed to the opposite.
Vicky, Kaushal, can I call you the hit machine?
No, not yet.
No, not yet. Brother, wonderful job.
After 5-6 more.
After
more being the prime word here. More.
Listen, that hairdo, I remember back in the day when we were growing up in Jew, the market used to have the Rajesh Khanna cut and the Bachchan cut and things like that. So I'm getting the feeling that there might be a Vicky cut. That's such a cool hairdo.
I would love to see that in Bombay, but we already see that in Punjab. It's a very common and a very subtle hairdo in Punjab. Yeah, but I would love to see that. People going blue, pink, purple on the streets of Bombay or any other city in the country.
So how did the hairdo happen? I mean, Hakim did his thing. I mean, what, Anurag was there, or were there maps, or did he just go with the flow?
No, I got a reference picture from Anurag sir one day. So we were brainstorming on the look of DJ Sands in the film, and we knew that we could play with it. We could really play with it, and he sent me a reference picture of a guy who had this similar haircut with blue hair and all that. So I was like, why are you sending me this? And he's like, that's the look I want. And I went, like, I was really excited. I was like, yeah, let's do it, because, you know, we were shooting in like straight scared shoot, 2 months, and we were going to be in Amritsar and all of that, and like it gave me a lot of idea about the character. If the character can go on the streets of Amritsar with blue hair, I got a lot of input about the character immediately. And so I was like, yeah, let's do it. And Hakim Alam came on board, and he just gave that card one night before I was going to Amritsar. I got this haircut, sat on a chair for 5 hours, and this haircut was done. Later on, we realized this haircut actually, there's an artist, there's a pop artist in Punjab, his name is Sukhi. He had done this haircut for one of his songs, and that reference picture was him on that picture. So later on, we kind of put that in the film also, that he's like, you know, he's kind of, he's borrowed it from him. So we put that in the dialogue as well.
Lovely. No funky hairdos for you, Eddie.
No, I mean, yeah, in the sense that, yeah, I mean, this hairstyle is new for me, but there had to be opposites, you know. Vicky is a musician, he's a DJ, he's flamboyant, he's impulsive. Robbie's the complete opposite. Robbie's introverted, he's silent, and he's subtle, you know, even from his dressing sense to everything. Anurag was very sure that he wanted to show complete opposites between the two male protagonists. So in order to fulfill that, so we couldn't have him having outrageous hair as well. Yeah.
No, I was hanging with Imtiaz last week doing a series of interviews for Lala Majnu, and he said that back in the day in Delhi, Anurag and him were part of a theatre group together, and they were doing a lot of theatre, not just acting but directing and things like that. And he said that perhaps his approach and Anurag's approach is quite influenced by the theatre. Would you agree with that?
Very possibly, yes. You know, they do allow their actors a lot of freedom. That has been one of Anurag's approaches. He does allow them a lot of breathing space. He allows them to do what they have to do. He prepares them and brings them into the world of the film that he wants, and then he just lets you loose. Which is possibly a certain modus operandi that a theatre person could have. I mean, I know they're very dear friends. Imtiaz actually come and hung out on the set with us in Amritsar when we were shooting. I believe they were roommates also when Imtiaz first came to Mumbai for the first time. Or Anurag and him, used to stay a lot together. So yes, I do see a certain similarity there, yes.
Let's come to the music. Again, Amit was in for Fanne Khan, and the conversation just gravitated towards Anurag, and he said that the last memory was Bombay Velvet, where he actually went into the heart of Detroit and lived there, and he picked up elements of jazz, and he just worked for months on that soundtrack. And this looks like one of those epic anthemic kind of soundtracks, the kind of sounds there are, and so that Kashyap and Trivedi magic together. I mean, you've seen that as insistent too, at some level, though Wasipur was not him. But I'm just saying, what is it when the two of them come together? What happens?
I think they just give a lot of freedom to each other. Primarily, I mean, that's what I've heard Amit also saying, that the way Anurag sir lets him be the musician, the purity that he has as a musician, Anurag sir wants to explore that. And I guess that's what we see when they both, kind of collaborate with each other all the time. And especially with this one, the kind of range that this album has, first of all, with 15 songs in the film, where the songs are ranging from a Darya to Chonch Ladiyan to Dhyan Chand to F for Fyar to Bijli Giregi. So there's rap, there's bhangra, there's techno, there's all of that. And he's picked up singers where, like for example, F for Fyar, the singer is Mast Ali, who's actually a cop in Punjab.
Yeah.
That's his profession. And Amit had to apply for a 2-week holiday for him, and that's how he got him to Bombay, and he sang F for Fyar. So he's really gone to the roots and interiors to find the sound for the songs of the film. And I guess that range, that purity in those songs is really appealing. It's appealing us. I don't know, we've lost objectivity on how the audience is reacting, but we're really hoping and praying that they're liking it.
Well, you're very good at deflecting glory, and you're very self-deprecating. But I have to say this to you, that your father has told me that a lot of his music taste is stuff that you've put him onto. And everybody knows that, you've got a fine taste in music. So I imagine that this is occupying pride of place in your phone. And even if you were not part of Manmarziyaan, you would be tripping on this music.
Oh, absolutely. I think Amit has just done a fantastic job. I think that there's a song for each mood, which is so nice to see in an album after a very long time. I think of late, there's predominantly been kind of dance music that's been coming out of our films. Once in a while you get a movie which has a lot of soulful music. What I liked about this album is, like Vicky was saying, it's a complete album. There's pretty much a song for every mood that you're going to be in, and I really enjoyed it.
So what really is Fyar, in your words?
Fyar, I think, as the name suggests, it's pyar that starts with fur.
So a bit of love and lust in there, both, yeah?
No, absolutely. I think that's pretty much what Anurag wanted. Love and Fyar is lust, desire. Something a bit more carnal and physical.
Mm. So, what was the first day back on the set of Manmarziyaan? What was it like?
For the build-up that I had done in my own head about me coming back to work after 2 years, it was quite a disappointment. Because the minute, and it was a scene that Vicky and I were shooting together actually.
Yeah.
And the minute we were ready for the first shot, I had fretted, sweated, stayed up at night. I was a bag of nerves, and I was really in a bad state. But the minute I, got into hair and makeup, well, in pug and makeup, and then and into wardrobe, and then I came onto set, and then next thing I knew, we're done with the day, and it was just completely normal. I'm like, okay, so why was I building it up? It's just the same thing. You're back to, on some level it's like I'm back to where I belong. This is what I was born to do. This is what I love doing, and it just comes back to you, and then you're just flying after that.
But you do know, Abi, that you've given no fodder at all to journalists or any headlines at all, because one would have thought Kashyap and you would be kicking each other's butts, but you just seem to have fallen in love with each other.
No, I'm not. I'm so glad you said that. It really.
I've seen Anurag sir giving kisses to Abhishek Bachchan. I've really seen Anurag sir giving kisses to Abhishek Bachchan.
On the cheek. And in a rather fraternal way on the forehead. So yeah. No, look, Anurag and I, we've had a difference of opinion in the past, and I'm talking about past as in 15 years ago. And we've all grown up since then. I think we both realized that he was much younger in those days. We've met so many times after that, and it's all water under a bridge. And I'm glad it is, because I've really discovered a wonderful talent, and I've actually told him at a weaker moment, saying, why haven't we done this before? Because I really feel that I missed out on the opportunity to work with this wonderful genius, and he truly is that. And he's such a loving and giving person. I mean, he's been a revelation for me.
So, I would love to ask you this behind AB's back, but I don't have that option right now.
Yeah, we brought it back.
What is his most amazing quality? And, what is it that instinctively you said is so cool about it?
I'll tell you what. So the first time I met him after coming to know that he's a part of the film was Christmas last year.
Jahan dekho na,
no, I'm not that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying something different. So I went up to him and I said that I'm really excited to work with you and all of that. He said the most beautiful thing to me. He said that our fathers have really worked hard to reach where they have, and God has given us this opportunity to come together and continue that legacy. Just getting that opportunity to continue that legacy, let's make the most of it. Let's give our best. And that for me, like, if that was the first note where we started off from, all credit to him. It just instantly, I don't know, I just saw an elder brother, instantly after that one night, and this was like 2 months before we started shooting, and so it was just a beautiful journey from there.
Hello, Taapsee. We've been saying nice things about you.
Good.
You said
I
good or
trained
good?
them.
What did she say?
I trained them to say nice things about me.
We're all terrified of Taapsee.
You are?
Yeah. She has no qualms about just extending her right hand and whack. So we're all very petrified.
I thought it had something to do with the courtroom dramas and the aggression.
That was just a jhalak of what she is. But no. Taapsee, you're great, Taapsee. You're great.
I'm mind blowing.
What is this whole thing?
My favorite response of Taapsee. Taapsee, how are you doing? Oh, I'm beautiful. I love that. I think it's so cool.
What is it that is so special about what happened at dinner or lunch or whatever at your house when the Pink Gang came over? Because I remember that we went to Janak to interview Mr. Bachchan for
Right.
Pink, and these guys came on a train, which is a whole bunch of them, Angad and herself and that. And I think about 12 or 15 minutes of the interview was just about that particular meal.
Right.
Were you part of it when this happened? Yeah.
Yes, actually, there were two of them. One was just a casual dinner when the cast and crew came over, and one was on my father's birthday. That's when you realize that pride of placement is actually theirs, because it was his birthday. He didn't want anybody. He said, I want the cast of Pink.
Wow.
So there was our family. There was my mom, my dad, my sister, Aishwarya, myself, and the cast of Pink. And that's when I realized that they share this amazing. It's so nice when you make a film and suddenly you forge bonds which like transcend just the film. And I think that's what they did, and they had such a blast making the film. And when I saw the film, like, wait, this gang, the way they behave with each other, and I've seen the madness made this film. I mean, it was a complete contrast. So they've had a blast, and I think my father took them on a tour of the of Pratiksha and all that.
Yeah, I went and saw that. He drove to Pratiksha and back with all of us in the car, and then everyone was fighting who's going to sit on the front seat. But of course, I get to sit on the front seat.
Nobody puts Taapsee in the corner.
No Pannu intended.
No Pannu.
That's a very good one.
And then that unconsciously got my sister also at ease with everyone around, because she turned up to pick me up from that dinner, and not knowing that she'll end up coming into the parking that lane of inside the driveway of the house of Mr. Bachchan's house, and then Abhishek came out insisting that no, she has to come, and she's wearing her night suit, like shorts and t-shirt, they're not even matching. They're like some bizarre, and with rubber chappals. And she's sitting out there to pick me up, and then Abhishek says, no, you have to come. I was like, no, she can't come. And she said, no, I have not come. Cut to, we see Mr. Bachchan coming out and saying that you have to come, and of course when he says you have to come, you have to come. And then my sister gets out of the car and comes in those rubber chappals and mismatched shorts and t-shirt, and sitting there in the house very much with a plate eating some sweet dish which is served by Mr. Bachchan. He comes with this halwa on the plate, giving it to like have some dessert. My sister wanted to just dig and just go inside Earth at that point and never come up. So we have clicked pictures. He has stood next to her and clicked pictures when he's like dressed in his kurta and all, like properly. And Shagun is standing there with chashma and a night suit and with rubber chappal standing there in the picture. Everyone has come in next to my sister and clicked picture because it's like this is a thing. She's dressed up like this in Mr. Bachchan's house on his birthday. Like it just requires, everyone thought it's just like a vision or visual in itself. So that is the
I
kind
would
of...
love to be a fly on the wall in that. So, it's such a pity that I can't ask you whether you're a Robbie kind of girl or a Vicky kind of girl in Manmarziyaan because that's giving the story away. Right?
Yeah.
Because she's a Rumi kind of. She is Rumi.
So,
kind of
let's move away from Rumi and ask you, as Taapsee, are you a Robbie kind of girl, Vicky kind of girl?
Robbie kind of girl. No, I'm...
Why, Bray?
I am a very black and white person in real life. I like something, it's very clear. I don't like something, it's very clear. I'm not confused. I'm more practical in life than just like blindly. Even if I do whatever my heart says, but I analyze as well from my mind that if I should go ahead with it or no. I'm not blindly driven by my heart. I use my brain as well, and that's where it tells me that a Robbie kind of a guy can only be the
And
guy.
I think there can only be one mad and wild person in a relationship.
But those guys always get lucky. If you know what
The Robbie kind of
the
guy?
Vicky kind of guys.
Vicky kind of.
I mean, like for fleeting affairs.
I think yeah, they get
so.
lucky temporarily, but a Robbie kind of guy gets lucky permanently.
But is this the most fun you've had?
वाह मेरे शेर.
लिख लो, note कर लो ये line.
But is this the most fun you've ever had? I mean, you look as though
Yeah.
you're having fun. You're having a ball.
Yeah, I mean this is the part that I've really enjoyed, like thoroughly, because it just set me free. I felt, and I didn't expect that to happen. A couple of days into the shoot, and I felt like this is just, I don't know, it's just opening me up. It's just liberating me in a different sense, and I get to flow. I don't have any boundaries, and I don't have any boundaries, and
Why did you look at me like that? I didn't
no,
look
I
at
thought you were looking at me, but you were not. So that's why I stopped. But yeah, it was beautiful because I keep saying that as a person, Vicky Kaushal thinks about consequences a lot sometimes, more than it's required. But I was given this character who doesn't think about consequences at all, and that was liberating for me.
And guys like Robbie internalize a lot of things, isn't it? I mean,
Oh, absolutely. Like I said, he is somebody who has the capacity to take a lot. He is very introverted. He does absorb a lot of what's going on around him. He's not somebody who reacts. He's not somebody who demonstrates his emotion. So in that sense, they were complete opposites.
But I'm a little ashamed to say this, but I've never been to the Golden Temple in Amritsar. I want to change that. I want to know from
You
all
must.
three of
You must.
all three of you, what you feel when you enter, not just the Sanctum Sanctorum, but around
Yeah.
the Golden Temple. What do you feel?
For me, it's the most peaceful place on earth. There's just a quiet calm about it. And
Yeah,
I
everything
remember,
pauses.
Yeah,
I think this is
it's so
common
true.
for all. Everything pauses. You just want to just blankly just stare in nothing. Like you just want to just sit there by yourself. Doesn't matter who you are with or no. You just want to just sit there and everything just pauses.
And in essence, that's what the country needs right now. The secular fragment of anybody can go in. And,
No, I remember a great story that before I started filming, I wanted to go take blessings, and I was with Anurag, and he said, "Oh, I'll come. I've never been." And Anurag isn't a religious person at all, and he was the guy who wanted to stay back, and we were there for a good 1 hour because I go there. You pay your respects and you do a parikrama, and then I like to go to seva over there. So when I finished all this, and then we had lost Anurag because Anurag had found a tree somewhere, and he was sitting in the corner and was just there, and he said, "I've never been to a place like this." And it's so wonderful that we have places like that, places of refuge or such, that you can just go and just be, and that's just the energy over there.
Your thoughts when you go when you go into the Golden Temple?
I mean, pretty much like they said, it's really peaceful. I mean, it's really peaceful. Your mood just switches. You start feeling that you've connected with yourself, and it just your breathing pattern changes. This is word in Hindi. I don't know what's the English equivalent to that. Is sthirta. It just brings
Stability.
not stability, but sthirta is that, I don't know, calmness, that composure. It's just that blissful state of mind that you get into after I mean, it's just beautiful.
What's your favorite song on the album and why?
I have two. I think all of us have more than one because there's so many. We're allowed to have two. I like Sachi Mohabbat and Bijli because they're both in different mood. Sachi Mohabbat, it was like love at first sight with Sachi Mohabbat actually. When I heard it for the first time, I just fell in love with that song. And Bijli Giregi because it was actually made midway when we were shooting for the film. After I had like shot for my character at least halfway through, and then Anurag sir he gave everyone the lyricist a brief regarding my character, however I've played it, and what all words she's using and what kind of things that she does, and then keeping that in mind, this song was made. The lyrics and the tune and everything, which I really like enjoy the whole lyrics and the rap that's in it. So yeah.
I know you never allow yourself to feel invincible, but you must be in a good place. I mean, the kabaddi team's doing well, the football team's doing well, and now Manmarziyaan.
Yeah, I'm happy, man. I feel blessed. I think, all actors are blessed if you get up every morning and get to go live out your dream. And yeah, I feel very blessed. I feel very thankful. I feel very re-energized. And more than that, I just feel very focused. And I think anybody who has the opportunity to feel like that should be very happy.
And you feel very brotherly. He's done such a good job, Sunny, man. He's just rocked it.
Yeah, it's giving both of us a lot of himmat. No, but Kaushal Parivar right now is in a very happy frame of mind. And for me, gold has given me more happiness than Sanju or Razi or anything. It was just, I felt like a proud parent.
I also love the fact that your character is called Rumi. I mean, each time I picked up and read some Rumi, I'm like, it is such a beautiful name, and why hasn't contemporary Hindi cinema used that name? Why are you guys laughing?
Because of the dialogues this Rumi says compared to that Rumi says are like, I think, poles apart. Yeah, it is a different name to have, especially when you're showing an Amritsar ki Sardarni. Suddenly you're like, Rampreet, remember Rampreet?
Rampreet. Yeah, that was the name of, there was
The
a big protest.
interpretation.
No, the ADs had to do, there was a document that needs to be signed. And in the film, and they have just decided that Rumi can't be her name. Her name is actually Rampreet. And Taapsee and I have lost it on saying, no, she can't be Rampreet and all that. She's Rumi, and Rumi's such a beautiful name, and we fought for it.
That is true.
Yeah.
Like, how can they name Rumi as who gave them the authority to call me Rampreet? I'm Rumi. And this is how it's been. Like, so yeah, so it is unconventional to expect a Amritsar ki Sardarni to have a name like Rumi.
No, I think the reason it became Rampreet was there was, pardon the corny thing, but it was a long night with a lot of old people and a lot of monks. If you know what I'm talking about.
Exactly what you're talking
Spirited conversation. It was a very spirited. I was just coming to that. You stole my words. Yeah.
I love also the fact that to market the music, you're doing gigs. I mean, there was one at NM Mitibai, there was another one in Nagpur. How did they go, Vicky?
Fantastic. I mean, the way people reacted, it was packed, both those places. And they, like I said, they've been reacting to Dhyan Chand, and then they've been reacting to Darya. They take out their mobile phones with those flashlights and they're waving in the air and all of that. So it's just, for us, I mean, it's the first time I've done any of
First time I've
like
also
this.
been a part of a concert,
Yeah.
like been a part means dancing and being there on stage, yeah.
And for the record, Darya is my favorite song. I just think
It's mine as well.
Right.
We both like Darya. Yeah.
You know, the
That's
fact
my
that there's
constant
Punjabi
favorite.
folk and then it's got that whole rock ballad kind of
You know,
feel.
the first time I heard it on set, I remember I told Anurag, every IM student and engineering student who's had a broken heart is only going to be, trust me, this film. I said the youth and the students that is going to carry these songs. Are you sure? What do you think? I said Darya is going to go nuts. And it has. It has.
Speaking of which, I hope you stick to your acting and your entrepreneurship because you could make a great compier. I saw a video clip of you and NM and Mitibai doing, just introducing these guys on stage.
Yeah,
and
I'll
you
tell
were
you
on
why.
fire.
Yeah, I took that very seriously because I don't have the dancing chops of a Vicky Kaushal or the spontaneity and the energy of a Taapsee. And I remember at NM, Taapsee and I were backstage because Vicky was at the first entry and Vicky was like, oh, I've never been on stage. And we looked at each other like, oh, isko kya ho gaya hai? He just took off and he was loving it. You could actually see him buzzing when he used to come off stage. And then she goes and she blows it out of the water and I'm like, hello, myself Abhishek. How are y'all? Fine, thank you, Anurag Kashyap. I didn't know what to do. So, also because it's a tour of the film, And these two have that, right? And I'm like this really quiet kind of guy. I can't be dancing on stage and stuff. It's against my character. So we were trying to figure out as good a way to do it. So we tried to do a bit of comparing, which subsequently in the Nagpur show got cancelled. So that goes to show you how good I was at that.
He's very good at deflecting glory, but don't you think he was a great compliment? I think he was just so good.
The thing is the way he connects with the audience personally, because he's the only guy who went into the audience, like just interacted with them from where they were. He was not on the stage. So I think that's really fantastic.
No paid pelad, bro, please.
Listen, man. Okay, so I first heard him at the premiere of Fizza. I don't think he even remembers that. He was hosting the premiere of Fizza, and at the interval, I remember my mom did Fizza with Dugu and Lolo and all these people, and it was Khalid's first film, and he was the compere. So I always remember. And at that point, my dad was coming from another function. I'd come from shooting, and my mom was already there. And my dad was getting late, so I was kind of concentrated. Suddenly, this voice came out. Good evening, lady. And I was like, wow, Bachchan saab already aa gaya. So yeah, no, dude, no way, man. You're top of your game.
You're a kind man, AB. Okay, last couple of questions before we wrap. So, plans for Dussehra Diwali? Are you going to be filming or what's happening in the Kaushal household, dude? Festive season.
They've actually got another brother hidden somewhere that is going to come and release a film. I think now just
that's what Javed Saab said to Dad.
What?
After he saw gold and he's like, "Arey, Kaushal Saab, 2-4 aur hai kya?" Yeah, but Diwali Dussehra with family. I've got a break for about 2 months now till I start with my next. So yeah, with family and friends.
I never asked you this during Mulk. How's the new house?
Oh.
And you don't have to tell anybody what the address is, unless people land up at home. But I'm just saying, what does it mean to you? It's your first house in Bombay, right? Like
It
one
is.
you bought. Yeah.
It just feels like home. That's what it feels like. We made it. Me and my sister made it ourselves. Everything has been handpicked and selected, and like I was not there physically most of the time. My sister was there, standing.
She was almost there physically. Because when we were shooting our film, that's when the interiors were going on. She's like, emotion, take, Vicky, Rumi. अच्छा पर्दे आ गए क्या?
अरे पर्दे गलत सिल गए, ये गलत हो गया, ये वाला डिजाइन नहीं था. So there were hidden trials. Actually, with Manmarziyaan, I took off to Amritsar from my old apartment, and when I came back, I landed into my new.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's been scary though, huh?
Yeah, it was. You don't know what you're getting
Yeah.
into. Yeah, with pictures, my sister used to keep sending from there, but I think everything was fine. It's all good.
World Cup in St. Petersburg? Whoa! What was that like?
That was insane. That's a boys pact that my dad and I have. He took me to my first live football match, which was the World Cup finals in 1994 at the Rose Bowl when Brazil played Italy and Bachchan missed that famous penalty kick. And after that, we decided every World Cup the two of us will always go. Now the family's become a bit bigger. So the last World Cup in Rio, we took my nephew, my sister's son, Agastya. This time my niece didn't want to be left out, so she's come along. And I'm pretty sure the next one, my daughter's also going to want to come along. So yeah, it's a boys thing that we used to do, and it's great. We enjoy it, and listen, it's once in a lifetime, so it's great.
My last question: what's the most beautiful part about being married? I mean, only stuff that you can share for public consumption. What to you is the most amazing part?
Have you seen my wife?
Yes.
Well done.
It's pretty beautiful.
Well done.
What's the most beautiful thing of being married is her, and the fact that she's given me the greatest gift of all time, which is my daughter. And I think that's just beautiful, and the kind of mother that she is beautiful. The way she's bringing up our daughter is beautiful, and I have to admit, I'm hardly there because I'm busy working. The fact that she's just taken on that duty so selflessly is just beautiful to watch. A mother, just any mother, is just a beautiful, beautiful thing.
Listen, you guys, I think the stars are aligning. I said this on social networking yesterday. I said,
Yeah.
amazing creative talents coming in and creating this gold standard cinema. I can't wait to watch Manmarziyaan.
Thank you. Thanks, man. Thank you.
Thank you, Taapsee.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Hrishi.